Hello and good afternoon and welcome to episode 16 of Apocalyptic Knitter. This probably won't be a usual episode. I'm going to do some little quick and chirpy spring vlogs. Really, I'm off work this week and I've given myself strict instructions to just relax, and the only way I know to relax is to sit still and do some knitting. So there will be more knitting getting done than usual and lots of nice things too. Thank you for joining me. So you've reached the Apocalyptic Knitter podcast YouTube channel. My handles on Instagram is Naomi Knits and my Ravelry page is Big Bird with a double G. Welcome. It is Thursday the 2nd of April. I actually feel I'm a little bit more organised today. I've just been I think mentally a bit burnt out the last couple of weeks, and I can start to feel my mind clearing after just about, I think, what am I on now, day 5 of my holiday, maybe. Just had a nice walk actually in the park. In Roundhay Park, about 5 miles away, with my son, and we had an ice cream. It was my first ice cream of the season, as I like to say. Knee update, as I mentioned last time, it clicked back into it on a Sunday, and after a couple of days rest with ice on it, the swelling has gone down and back to normal. However, I know that I'm just watching myself because it's just a matter of time. It can just go again at any time. But I've got an MRI booked in 2 weeks' time, so hopefully we can have a look and see what's going on. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to do what I can exercise wise to kind of build up the muscles around it. So there we go. Anyway, this is a knitting podcast. I hopefully will have some crochet to show you next time or throughout the week. I've written notes and everything. I know, nobody's more excited than me. It's a sign that I'm starting to find my head a little bit. So I've done that. I have a finished object to show you as well, because I think last time I was on, I just felt like I wasn't quite getting anywhere with any of my projects, and then I'd be like, all right, no, I'm going to focus on this one and get that one done, and then it didn't feel like it was giving me the gratification that I needed at that time. But a few things have just kind of come together. So these are for me. I love this wool. This is Attic Spin Dye, and I really do love self-striping and micro stripes, and this is done really well. I did these cuff down actually. I'm normally a toe up kind of girl, but I did 2x2 rib. How many rows? I think I did about 13 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13 rows. And it just feels like a really good length on the heel. I did a heel flap and gusset, and then a Kitchener. And I had to think to myself, what is it that I don't like about the cuff down? And I really don't like Kitchener, doing the Kitchener bind off. And I actually timed myself, and it took me 4 minutes, but really 4 minutes to do something that you don't enjoy. I know, but I really like the heel on this. I feel like I'm gonna see if it holds position of my foot better than the others. So there we go, that's one finished object done. Another one, well, that's the only Is that the only finished object I've got? Yeah, I think it is. I don't really have that many in March, actually. I think I might have just had the one. I've got an almost other finished object, so I'm going to go on to my whips, my work in progresses, starting with the love note. So I've done one sleeve. I think last time I was still on the body, so it's a bit of a longer crop, this one. I'm holding it the wrong way. It's a bit, obviously you can see the short rows at the back, that's why it's a little bit longer. But the person who I'm making this for is quite tall like me. So I think she wears quite cropped things, or has done or can do. But it's enough to kind of cover the boobs and a few more inches down on that as well. Well, it covers my boobs. But I've probably got a longer torso, so I think that's quite a good length. Sleeves, I wanted to just do like short sleeves really, on that one, and I think that's quite a nice length. It's not too cap, where sometimes it can just be like there. I thought that's quite nice. And then last night we had a bit of an impromptu visit or trip to the cinema to watch the new Godzilla and Kong movie, which was really, really good. I thought, to be honest with you, because I'll just reach for my brew. There has been quite a few Kong and Godzilla films, and I thought, is it going to be a bit of samey, but no, really loved it. So, knitting wise, I normally have about 1 or 2 pairs of socks on the go, and I'll just have, I don't know if anyone's like me, you kind of, because I can knit, if it's just plain stockinette, I can knit without looking, so I can just knit in the dark and watch it. But you have to kind of make sure that a sock that you've got is either just past a toe or just past the heel or something like that, so you know that you've got a decent stretch that you can just, so you're not like overshooting or anything. And I'd finished those socks, and the other socks that I had, I've got a pattern on, and I thought, oh. But then I remembered I'll get this prepared ready for the second sleeve. So this is what I did in the cinema last night from there. I've not quite inspected it yet, because you hold the yarn double, and when you're knitting without looking, just checking that I've not like spliced the stitch and increased by accident. But no, it all looks okay there. Lovely. So I'm gonna get that finished tonight, I think. Let's show you where I'm up to. So yeah, can well finish that tonight. So just got the sleeve to finish, and then the neckband, which doesn't take long to do. I think you just literally pick them up, straight into a decrease, and then rib, and then cast off. So I can get that finished, and I have 2 finished objects. That will do me really nicely. And I think what I like to use my weeks off for, because I seem to have, it seems to just give me that little bit of mental space. When I don't have that, and I'm just, you know, straight into another working day and all the rest of it, I get into the habit of, finish a pair of socks, I'll just cast another pair of socks on, because it's just easy commuter knitting, and I kind of want to push past that, and so when I have a week off, that's usually when I have enough space up here to get some interesting cast-ons done and established. So that's what I want to do tonight, so I'll let you know what I'm doing on that. I do have to make this a very quick one, because I've also, another sign that I'm doing well, I've also put some banana bread or banana cake in the oven, and that takes 50 minutes. and it was in 10 minutes before I started this. It's been going on for 10 minutes, so I'm alright for a little bit. I have a half finished object. So these are the black socks on my sock blank. And can you see it's starting to gradiate into the grey? And I've made a bit of an executive decision. So the recipient is only a size 6. And I kind of promised her that this sock blank, because she's like me, she really loves zombie films, apocalyptic films, vampires, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I thought, I've got a sock blank that I'd love to make you these socks, because she appreciates it as well, don't get me wrong. So totally noteworthy. But I thought, I don't think I'm going to get to the red by the time I finished her second sock. I thought, oh my gosh, here's a pair of grey socks, thanks. But I was going to say, it'd be nice if she does watch this, but I'm not sure she watches this, so I think it's safe to say. She's also got a daughter who's a teenage daughter. I think she's between the ages of 16 and 17, I think. And who's equally into horrors and all that kind of stuff. And she mentioned in conversation that her daughter was size 4, because they were talking about shoe size and they're quite petite, which is quite petite because my son's only 13 and he's size 7 and all that kind of thing. So I thought, oh, I might be able to make her daughter like some like shorties with the same sock blank, and then they can kind of like have a bit of a matchy pair. So I thought that'd be quite nice, that. Anyway, so the pattern, I've jotted on the pattern name down on here as well, is the blueberry waffle socks. I don't know if the pattern's a little bit lost on this yarn. And it's by Sandy Turner, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And it's just really nice if you just want a little bit of something of texture without it being too taxing. They're quite nice. And I started the second sock. So you can see there's a lot more. Now if you see carefully, you can kind of start to see a little bit of a grey red. It's almost like a bit of a purple tinge starting to come through. So I think this sock will be a bit more exciting in it than the first one. The first one, I think that's why it just took me so long to do. It's just black. Oh, a little bit of a grey coming in. So I'll show you how much I've used on here so far. I mean, look at that. So that's where we're up to. So we've still got like loads, haven't we? So this will be like all this texture all coming up there. That'll be really nice. So that's that. But that's probably going to be my initial commuting knitting, which won't be happening for another 5 days. So yeah, the Love Notes jumper that I said before, that is by Tink and Knits, and the wool that I'm using there, I am using Serene by Lockwood Fibre. I am on the second skein. I got 2 skeins of that, and I'm also holding it double with by James C. Brett, which says it's a DK weight. I'd say more like, I'm using this as the 4-ply, you know, the lace weight, and it's working out fine. But this is still the same ball. Now, I went shopping when I bought this with Sammy, and I also saw her last weekend, and I was telling her about it. I said, oh my god, this ball just does not seem to want to end. And we looked at the yardage, and the yardage is something like 600 might be 600 yards. I thought, blimey, I thought I might only need, I wonder if I might not even go into the second ball. So anyway, and it feels nice and soft, as a nice imitation for Surrey if you can't afford the big prices. I think this was £3.99 a ball, so it's quite, and I thought for 600 yards it's quite, it does go quite a long way. So there's that one, and last but not least, the project It's Take My Heart. Look away now if you don't want to say, but this is the Curious Handmaids mystery knit along, mystery shawl along, knit along, called 24 Birds. Let me hold it up. Look, it's as big as my face now. Ah. So I'm working my way through clue 2. So this is my main contrast. Main contrast, I've written these down as well. Are you impressing me? I'm so impressed with myself. The yarn that I started off in the middle with is Steel. That's the colourway name, and it's on a yak base. Now, when I bought the wool, the dyer used to be called Hummingbird Yarns, but then she's changed the name to Miller Reversen. Start again. Mill Reversen Len. It's French for 1000 Dreams in Wool. So I'll spell it to you. So Mill, M-I-L-L-E, R-E-V-E-S-E-N, and then Len, which is L-A-I-N-E. So that's the middle one. Now, the lighter grey with the little speckles of purple, that's the next one that it fades into. That is Le Petit Nuage by La Bien-Aimée. It's all French, this one. And then my colour C. It's quite a lot of purples, purple variegated, bits of blue, bits of black in there. That one is Dr. Fibes by Undercover Otter. Now, these two are both single ply merinos, and I'm quite happy I'm using these up because they are really lovely skeins, but I didn't want to make socks with them. So I'm about halfway through clue 2, and I've said this before, I'm still not decided on my last colour. I'm just going to show you the competition. So I've got this yellow, which is really lovely, that I want to use up, but I just can't tell if that will go, because she says to use like a bit of a pop colour. Well, there's that by Ducky Darlings, and it goes well, but I don't know if it's poppy enough. I did like this one. Ooh. This is one that my friend Tony hand dyed for me for my birthday. Do you think that'll go? Please, please, will you help me out? Because I'm really struggling on this last colour. And the random one I was going to put in a blue. I don't know if that'll be. So there's my 4 choices anyway. I'm a bit, I just don't know what to do really. I might just have to try it, do rowing. If I'm not feeling it, then take it out. You see that? What do you think of that? It's a very rich red, and it's got the purple tones in. Can you see those purple tones? So anyway, that's my decision to make at the moment. What have I got coming up? I want to finish my Clue 2. I go back to work on Monday, and when I go back to work on Monday, I'm literally straight into, not bedlam, but mentally, I've got it's going to be quite mentally taxing. I'll have work to catch up on. The Tuesday and the Wednesday, I'm into the 4th module of this degree I'm doing. And then I start an assignment and training somebody up. So my arse ain't gonna hit the ground, quite frankly. So I want to get, it'd be really good if Helen or Curious Handmaid gave Clue 3 out before then. You never know. But as I say, it's not a competition, is it? No. So I want to keep up with that Clue. I want to finish the Love Note, get that off the needles, and I've got 2 baby hats to make. One is for the lovely Rachel at work who had a little baby. Oh my gosh, so cute. Baby's about 2 weeks old now, so I need to get a wiggle on. Another baby is not due just yet. Due August? So I'm just do a couple of hats. And I want to do another blanket cast on. I have got a few blankets on the go at the moment, but they are all at different stages and all for different reasons. I'm doing a big stash down for my brother. They live in a real Yorkshire stone house, which gets really quite cold. And yeah, we just really love anything handmade, knitted or crochet. And there's a pattern called the Big Marl, M-A-R-L, and it's a free pattern on the Hedgehog Fibre Instagram page. Now I remembered this wrong. I thought it was 4 strands of 4-ply, scrap 4-ply held quadruple on big chunky needles. I thought, oh my god, that's brilliant. And I've got this bucket. I can't show you it because it's in the footstool that's holding this camera up. But I've got a big basket of loads of 30-40 gram leftovers, all different colours, that I'm just gonna hold together and just work through. And that's just, I think it's just gonna be so satisfying getting rid of all these little bits. But when I looked at the pattern, it was actually saying that it was 10mm needles. That gives you an idea, 10mm needles. But that was for 2 DK and 2 4-plies. So I thought if I'm having 4 4-plies, I might just bring the needle gauge down. I might just try it on 8mm needles or something, which are still going to work up really, really fine. And it's I don't have the pattern top of my head, but it's a bit of a corner to corner. So you carry on knitting, increasing, and I think you knit it with an I-cord bind off as the as your edging, so it's got a nice neat border knitting with it, which will be really, really good. Knit until it's wide enough, long enough, and then just decrease again. So I want to get that cast on. I might even get a cast on tonight. I've told myself if I can do the Love Note tonight, I'm going to get that one done. So that's what I'm going to do. I feel happy that I feel like I'm getting my mojo back a bit with it. I've also got my own sock yarn blanket that I want to spread out on my bed to see how far I am with it. I've not done that for a while. I might do that as a quick short video upload for you through the week. But no, I might check in with you tomorrow or Thursday, let you know how things are going. But other than that, stay safe, stay away from the zombies, and I'll see you soon.